Hey guys, this video is going to show you how to put that trigger slide spring back in if you accidentally pulled it out on the FN Reflex. The first thing we need to do is just make sure your firearm is unloaded. Make sure it's safe. This one is. I'm going to try to do my best to show you everything that I do to actually put this back in. It's not that hard. First thing is to remove the slide. And then what we're going to do is, what I'm going to do is actually take the trigger assembly out and show you where this spring actually goes. I think if you understand how it sets in there, you'll, it's just a little easier to put it back in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this pin out right here and remove this assembly. If you do decide to take all this off, especially the hammer assembly, if the pin pushes out here, if you do that, just be very careful. There's a lot of pins that there's 2 or 3 pins that could just drop out when you do that, and there's a spring there, and so there's other things that can, if you don't know where it goes, it's a little aggravating. So I would advise, unless you have to, don't take this pin out, this one here, for the hammer assembly. Leave that one in. Actually, be careful with the trigger assembly, because there's another pin that will fall out if you're not careful. So just be careful if you take this FN Reflex apart, because there are some little other pins that will fall out. So if you take this out, be careful, because that pin there can easily fall out. That one's not too bad, but the hammer assembly is a little worse because it has some springs. All right, so what I wanted to show you was exactly where the spring goes, okay? If you look inside, it lays right in here. There's a little groove cut out, and that's where it lays, right up in here. So that indention right there is actually for this right here, this little bend in the spring itself. And then you can see the spring is shaped and it has that 90-degree turn. That goes, if you can see it. I'm doing the best I can to record and do this, but that 90 degrees is right in there. So that's where it goes. And give me a second and I will stick it in there so you can just see it. Basically, that's how it lays in there. I hope you guys can see that. That's how it lays inside the gun, in the lower of your FN Reflex. You can put this spring back in without taking this pin out, and I pushed this pin out this way, pushed it out that way. You can do it, and to be honest, that's the way my other video shows you doing it, but I will have to say it's easier maybe just to push that pin out and just set this spring back in in the proper place. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to put the trigger assembly back together. So now that spring is where it needs to be. It looks good, okay? And then I'm going to put the trigger assembly back in. And you just got to make sure you put it in correctly. The slide bar here has to go up under. There's a little actuator there, so it needs to go up under. Otherwise, it won't actuate the hammer. Okay, so you can see here I don't have it right because I put the hammer back. It's not working right. So this has to go up under. There's another pin down there that actually actuates it. There's another pin down there. So if you just pull it out and kind of push it down just a little bit, it should get up under there and you should be fine. Just hold everything down and then pull the trigger and the hammer should actuate. So now you see that is under the slide, so that's where it needs to be. It's pushing up. Maybe I can point. It's pushing up this slide right here, and so that's where it needs to be. Again, you can put this in without taking it all apart. I just find it a lot easier. I think my fingers are just too fat, and it's just a little hard to do. So either way, you can do it. The other video I have shows you doing it with the trigger assembly all together. But here now I'm just finding out that I think it's just easier to do it taking that trigger assembly off. After that, we just need to put the pin back in. It's just one pin that holds it. We'll put that back in. All right, so put the pin back in, and then make sure that the spring right here is underneath the slide, pushing this slide up right here. If you can see that, I hope you can see that. And so it's putting a little tension on it. Should look like that. You should be able to pull your hammer back and then pull the trigger and don't let it slam. That should work. And then you're good to go. So I hope you guys found value in this, and if you like it, please like the video, subscribe if you want, but like it so other people can see it. It really does help, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks.